When you have outdoor cats, there's things you can do to help them. And we've definitely upgraded over the years, and I'm going to show you some of the things we've done. And this is our summer setup. So this is their food shelter. There's straw on that side if they need to stay warm, but they don't use it that much in the summer or spring. And every day we put out food, and hopefully we don't have ants this year. Look, they're already coming. The ants. It's because I left the food out too long. So one way to prevent that is to take in the food about 20 minutes after they're done eating, if you can, which is more likely if the cats are in your yard, but I know that's not always possible. So I will take this leftover in with me, and we have a little trail camera so we can see if any new cats show up. And there used to be a porch swing here, which I'll show you in a minute, but my husband made this into a covered shelter so the cats didn't have to eat in the snow. And the water's in a different spot so that it's separated from their food, because I read that on the internet, so that's what we do. And this here is our first ever cat shelter. So my husband built it out of an old ping pong table because that's what we had when the first stray cat showed up, and that's been like 11 years ago, so it's starting to rot a little, the front here, but we put straw in there, and sometimes you just have to use what you have. I'll show you at the shed in a few minutes here, but this was sufficient, and we put out this wheelbarrow that they could use for a temporary shelter too, just to get out of the rain if they needed to. So this is a little bed we bought off of Amazon, and sometimes they sit on this, sometimes they don't. And we move these around. There's two more I'll show you in a minute. This is one here. The cats like to sit on that, and that's the old porch swing that used to be over there, and now it's over here, and Pork Chop likes to sit on it, so as long as it holds up for them, we'll leave it there for them. And back there is a container shelter, and every year I like to make sure it's okay, so I'm going to head back there and see, make sure it's all right. So things that can happen is like the roof falling in, the insulation, or the now this would be terrible, but an animal dying in it. We had that happen last winter, but we didn't know it until spring. A possum died in one of our shelters. So first I'm going to see if it's heavy. I think that's normal. And with it being this warm out and the neighbor's been mowing his lawn, I don't think there's going to be a cat in it right now. Let's just see. Okay. So you can see the lid was kind of coming off there. So hopefully that'll last. Got that stuck back up. I should probably re-secure that. But I know in the spring and summer, they don't use it that much. And this whole area is what we call the woods. I mean, it's not very big. It's only like 20 feet across, but it provides protection to the cats, so people from the sidewalk can't see them as well when they're sitting in here, at least in the spring through the fall. In winter, you can see through more easily. Okay, here's the water bowls. So this is an electric one that I'm going to take in today. We have a plug right over there that an electrician installed, so they had water all winter. You can see, I'll do a close-up, but there's a ton of dirt in here, and that's because the raccoons come by and wash their hands in the water. So we try to deter the raccoons. Remember, I bring in the leftover cat food at night. So this is their summer bowl, which I can also see the raccoons have been here. So I have clean water. I'm going to dump this out and put this in. Okay, I got that dumped out. So this right here was caused this crack when I dumped I was trying to get the ice out last winter to put it away, and I dropped it and it broke, so it was frozen. But we like these wide base bowls because if they're heavy enough that raccoons don't tip them over. I suppose they could if they work together, but we've never had that happen with either of these bowls. Here's another little area we have set up for the cats. Two more of these little bed things that they can lay on and rest and be off the dirt. Of course, we didn't do all this stuff at first in the beginning. We just did the best we can with putting food out and providing what shelter that we could. And here's another one of the container shelters. It's kind of a backup shelter now. And I had to repair it earlier to have this stay on. But it's just straw in there. Did not get one of these. I thought, oh, this would be easy shelter if I left off one section. But it was way too wide to keep a cat warm and keep water out. So don't ever buy one of these for your cats. And these things we move sometimes in the fall. We put them in the sun so they can stay toasty. But today it's about 80, I think. So they don't really want to sit in the sun. So we'll just leave them in the shade and get the leaves off. And my face looks really red. It's because I have rosacea and it's hot out here, which makes my face red. I am not a secret alcoholic. My face just gets red when I'm hot. The shed is the nicest upgrade we've given the cats, but they don't use it very much in the spring and summer. Not really until it gets cold. And I'm going to open it. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in here, but they could be because the neighbors have been mowing. And let's just see. Okay, they're not in here, I don't think. So we bought this shed on Amazon, not Amazon, Lowe's.com, and it was delivered, and my husband put it together. So a few years after having it, we had an electrician put in electricity so we could have heated cat houses in here that was safe for the cats. And there's a non-heated shelter too. I have another video all about the shed that you can watch too. So there's the electricity, and there's an opening there, and an opening down there. And so that's our outside setup. Just if you have outdoor cats and have questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. We just do the best that we can. And like this shelter here, this red one, like the opening's way too big to be not in a shed or covered somehow, but this one's covered, so it's actually fine. When we had more cats in here in the winter, they would actually push the straw out, so I think it was plenty warm enough. And it's lined with Reflectex. I have another video about that. And please let me know if you have any questions about caring for outdoor cats. This is just what we've done. And of course, we get them fixed so they're not reproducing and adding to the over cat population problem. That's the best thing you can do, is get them fixed and then just provide them with food and shelter, and hopefully you don't have trouble with your neighbors or in the area. Thanks for watching, and please check out another one of my videos. I'll put it here.